Hi everyone, it's Mrs. Wine and welcome back to art class. This week we will be finishing our Mondrian inspired artwork. And this is the video that you need to watch if you have chosen option 1, crayons only. So get your crayons, get your artwork, and let's get started. This week you will be using your crayons and finishing your artwork. So the question that we need to ask ourselves is, what elements of art do we need to finish our artwork? Look at the artwork you started last week. And look at this sample artwork by Pierre Mondrian. What elements of art do you see in Mondrian's work that are missing in yours? Remember, the elements that we talked about last week are line, shape, and color. So what are you missing? Well, if you chose crayons only last week, then the only thing you should have are the black lines that go vertically and horizontally. And when those black lines meet up going horizontally and vertically, then you have the shapes that you created. So what are you missing? That's right, you're missing color. So that's what we're going to add this week. This week, you need to use the primary colors to finish your artwork. So out of your crayons, you need to get a red, a yellow, and a blue. Once you have those 3 colors, you need to think about what we need to do to color neatly. Remember, we color neatly by following these simple steps. The first thing you need to do is you outline the shape with your crayon. Outlining in the color you are going to use will help you stay inside the lines. Then, when you color, remember, you should only color in one direction. I am coloring side to side or horizontally. Remember, it doesn't matter which direction you color. Some people like to go side to side. Some people go up and down or vertically. And some people color diagonally. The most important thing is that once you have picked a direction, you stay coloring in that one direction. Finally, when you think you're finished coloring, check for peekaboo spaces, those tiny white spaces that are peeking out at us. And if you see them, go back and color them in all the way. When you're adding color this week, what you should do is start with just one of the colors. I started with red, so I picked a few shapes and I colored those shapes in red. I made sure I balanced my colors on the page. So I have some red at the top, some at the bottom, some on the left side, and some on the right side. I also tried to make sure that I did not color any red colors that were touching. So I don't have 2 rectangles that are red that are side by side. Then, after I felt like I had a few red shapes, I moved on to the next color. Color some shapes yellow. Again, don't color 2 yellows side by side, and make sure you balance the yellow. So you have some at the top, some at the bottom, some on the left, and some on the right. And then finally, add the blue. Balance the colors as you go. Some at the top, some at the bottom, some on the right, some on the left. This should still leave you with some shapes that are white. And that's a good thing because Mondrian also has shapes that are white. Once you think you have enough color and the color is balanced and neat, take one last photo of your artwork and turn it in on Google Classroom or on Class Dojo. One last thing for us to think about is take a look at your artwork and compare it to Mondrian's. What is the same? What looks different? What have you learned about making art like this wonderful artist? I hope you have a wonderful week, and as always, keep on creating.